Oh, that's right. That's right. Good morning. Good morning. I got that picture of me taken several years ago. Got that picture up there that was taken several years ago with me with the Toby mugs there, and kind of like seeing that at Christmas time. That was the year that I decided I was an elf on the shelf. In my life, I have done some crazy things to promote whatever I am doing. In the jewelry business, one year I was hanging from the chandelier over there at Sharp Facets. Yeah, I got to get some of those pictures out. We got to share some of those. Some of you may not believe how nimble and agile I was at one time of my life as I was swinging from the chandelier. Anyways, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope y'all are well. Hope y'all ate too much stuff yesterday. That's stuffing, turkey, ham, and all the sides. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but I was out in the country with some good friends of mine. Some people I only see once a year, and it's always, well, how you doing? How's everything going? But it was a great time being out there in the country, just hanging out there, eating lots of food. They set up about, I don't know how many people were there, maybe 25, and there's tables set up all over the house, and it's beautifully done, and it's just such a joy to be able to go out there. And as I've said many times, and as many other people say, Thanksgiving, unless you are the one making the dinner, is one of those things that's just a totally relaxing holiday. And I am glad that I was able to go there and enjoy myself. I was glad just to be able to sit down and not have to be doing much of nothing. I did help a little bit. I took a pumpkin pie. That's right. But I tell you what, the best dessert out there, I gotta say it, the best dessert out there, well, there was two. There was a chocolate cobbler, which was quite delicious. But my favorite was the chocolate cake. Oh my God. When I walked up there, nobody had eaten anything off this chocolate cake. Oh, I had to sneeze. Nobody had had any of this chocolate cake, and I looked at it and I went, well, I'm not going to be the first person to take it. It was a beautiful square cake in a beautiful container sitting right there. And then somebody else, we were both looking at it. It was like we were two little kids. Gosh, that sure is a good looking chocolate cake. Nobody's had any of it. Maybe we should not eat any of it. Right? So finally somebody came up and said, you gals want a piece of that cake? And we're going, you'd like a little piece? Well, the first piece this guy cut was small, and he gave it to the other lady. And then he goes, Andy, you want a piece? I said, I'll take a little piece, please. And it's like he never even heard that, because I got this big piece of cake. And it was delicious. And I sat there as I was eating and drinking my tea and talking, and then I wanted a cup of coffee. But anyways, well, I didn't eat the whole piece of cake, but I sure ate a lot of it. Anyways, it was great. Some of the folks went outside because we were out in the country, and they were shooting some skeet. I would have gone out there, but it was too darn cold. And I thought it was going to warm up a little more than it did. Actually, I don't think it was that cold. It was the wind that was cold. So how was your Thanksgiving? As I said, mine was great. I think I told somebody, so good to get together with good food, good friends, and no controversy. Isn't that the way? That's what you really like to have on Thanksgiving. So I hope you were able to make some maybe some inroads with some of your family and everything, and just have a good time. Penny was not too pleased because she couldn't go, but she got over it and she had a good time. We spent much time out in the backyard throwing frisbee. Yes, throwing frisbee. Well, there are a lot of things to talk about out there, and not all of them are happy things to talk about. I will say that, and but they are things that we need to discuss. So let's talk about the National Guard person who lost her life. She died yesterday on Thanksgiving Day. I think that is maybe, if one was going to die, a fitting day to part this earth. But President Trump announced it yesterday afternoon, and it's just so sad that this is the state of our country. The other gentleman is that is in the National Guard. I think is still living, but he is in very critical condition. So we'll have to see what happens there. But it is a situation that we should not be living in today in America. And I don't know what this is going to do futuristically for our country. I know the FBI, all the forces that be are going to be coming down hard on this guy. I believe he is still alive. He also was injured, but I believe he also is still alive. Let's see if we can get an update on what is happening in D.C. with this. Don't you think it's kind of interesting that the mayor up there, now she did announce this before this incident happened, but that the mayor has decided to step down. Muriel Bowser has decided to step down. She will not be running again for mayor. So just some interesting things a part of that. I can imagine that she probably is very, very tired of all of this and just wants to get away for a while. President Trump, I think, has tried very hard to bring our country back from the brink of where we were when Biden was there, but we still don't see a lot of it coming together, do we? We talk about the prices being affordable. Some prices have come down. I tell you, the price I can't figure out is the price of gas. The price of gas. One day it's up, the next day it's down. Has anybody been able to figure this out? You look at it one day and you go, I don't really want to stop and get gas today. I'll come back and get it tomorrow. You go back tomorrow and it's like 10 cents a gallon more. I mean, these are some of the things that boggle my mind. I don't know about you, but these are some of the things that boggle my mind. So price-wise, I don't know. I know that Black Friday deals are extreme out there. And I'll tell you the other thing that I was concerned about this summer when things started. They were talking about the tariffs and they were talking about all this kind of stuff. I was concerned about supply. Do you remember what was it? During the Biden administration, they had the dock strike and so much stuff, and there was, we're not going to get any stuff for Christmas, yada, yada. Well, and we ended up. But I was concerned with the tariffs and what's happening with China, since so much of the toys and stuff come from China. I was concerned about what kind of supplies we would be seeing. Well, I'm going to tell you what. I was over at Ollie's and I've been Ross. I've been, some of the stores out there just looking around. I am quite impressed with the supply of toys that are out there. Art supplies, toys, all this kind of stuff. So I think that is great. But I'm not. And then, of course, they're already discounting things so much. But what do you think? What do you think as far as the what you're seeing out there? I was talking with some people yesterday. One person is buying a Tesla. One person's buying a Tesla. That's right. They're ordering it. Let's see. What did the guy tell me? They were ordering the accessories for it on Black Friday. And on Saturday, they're going to order their Tesla. So, and they're ordering the Tesla. They're ordering the Tesla because of the self-driving feature, how that can assist. Now, one of the things that I don't know the answer to, and if you have a Tesla and you happen to be listening here in Greenwood, 864-332-9255, let me know whether you can self-drive your Tesla right here in the hinterland, I'll call it the outlying areas of South Carolina. Because one of the things that I was thinking about is, do they have the ability? I know we've got Google Maps, I know we've got all that kind of stuff, but do they have the ability to maneuver as well on the outskirts in the towns, the small towns? And Greenwood would be considered a small town when you look at some of the places that they have them in California and some of the bigger areas. So that would be my question. I also heard that it might make it to your driveway, but it might not be able to drive up your driveway. So you might have to either park it on the street and walk up your driveway. So that's another possibility. But anyways, those are some of the things that are out there as far as questions about how the Tesla drives. But yeah, I had some friends. I can't wait to get a ride in the Tesla. No, they're not getting the truck. They're getting just I don't know what they call it, the regular Tesla. But anyways, that's going to be very, very interesting as far as some of the purchases that are being made out there. You know, I thought about Christmas, and I think about all the things that we try to do to help, and all the people out there that are helping. So many organizations are trying to help, whether it's our seniors with the senior snowflakes that are out there around in some of the stores where you can pick an ornament off. It's a paper ornament, but you pull it off, and then you look at the list, and you get the things on the list, and then you take it back to the store, and then they get it to the appropriate person. I mean, that project is such a personal project from the standpoint of it. When we do a toy drive over here at WCRS, we're just looking for toys, all kinds of toys, and then we let the Santa's elves pick out who gets what toy. But in this case, there is a lot of work after the things are collected, because then they have to get the appropriate tagged item to the appropriate person. So I want to do a shout out to Snowflakes for Seniors over there. That is a terrific program, and they keep expanding every year. I know we helped out a little bit earlier in the season when all her Christmas trees, her 4-foot little Christmas trees or what were they? 2 foot. I guess they were 2 foot. Anyways, their small white Christmas trees were damaged. They'd been in the warehouse. I guess they got some water damage, some mold or something. And she was asking for some help, and y'all came through, and we helped over here at WCRS. And so now she has plenty of trees out there to put out. So everything that is done, whether it is the angel trees, whether it is Toys for Tots, which is back in Greenwood this year and is going to be doing some toy drives and having a good time. We're going to be talking about some of those to help Toys for Tots get their footing back. So that's a good thing. And then, of course, there are people that are doing food for people. There are people just doing nice things because they can do nice things for people. And we're really blessed to have a community the way we do. You know, one of the stories that I always enjoyed about Christmas was when we had Kmart Remember Kmart? Does anybody remember Kmart, where U-Haul is now? We had the big Kmart store there. We also, of course, had the Walmart. Now we have 2 Walmarts. Who knows? Are we going to end up with another Walmart? Okay, Ann, start a rumor. No, I'm not starting a rumor. I'm just saying. But I guess my thing about that is that sometimes people would go and just pay off some random person's layaway for Christmas. And those were always such great things to do for people, weren't they? It was a total surprise. It was personal. And, Dave Ramsey always talks about, to work hard and get yourself financially stable so you can give like no one else. And one of my favorite shows that they do that'll be coming up here on WCRS in the afternoon is when people talk about the outrageously good things they do for people. So, excuse me. Whether you're able to do something big or whether you're able to do something small, all things contribute to our lives. And to be able to do things for people is what I think life is all about. So I just wanted to say that because I think sometimes we think, what can we do? What can we do? And sometimes we think, gosh, oh darn, sorry, hold on. Sometimes we don't think that we are able to make a difference. But it's all the small things that we do that make a difference. Buying somebody's meal, being in a restaurant and buying somebody's meal in a restaurant. Maybe somebody you know, maybe somebody you don't know. And just saying, this is on me, pay for their check and walk out the door. And they never know who it is. Those, I think, are some of the most fun things to do. Leaving an extra large tip for an exceptionally good waitress. Now, I'm not talking about the waiter person that doesn't do a good job. I'm talking about the person that does an exceptional job. I'm talking about making sure that your friends and family and people that you care about know that you care about them. I'm talking about picking up that phone and calling, because some of those calls will be the most important calls you make during the holidays. Anyways, I just wanted to say that because I think it is important. But other than that, I had a great time for Thanksgiving. It's now on to the rush for Christmas. It's out there for the rush for the deals. It's out there being on the computer and buying the Black Friday deals. Now, I know everybody's doing that, but I do want to say that everybody should also support our local merchants. I think that sometimes we get so into being, I'll use the word lazy, or it's so much easier just to shop online, that we forget that there are merchants out there all year long who support your different auctions for the schools, for the cheerleaders, for different programs out there. You need an item as a gift or something. You go and you ask that merchant if they wouldn't like to donate it, and you'll be sure their name gets in the program and yada yada. Well, all year long there are merchants out there that do this, and then Christmas comes and you go ahead and shop online. Well, I understand, but you should go and see those merchants and give them the opportunity to serve you. And I always every year like to say this because we expect them to give. We hope that they will give. But where would you be if they didn't give? You know, that online business may appreciate your business with a nice thank you email. But when you shop local, you're reinvesting in our community. So please make sure some of your shopping, if you are shopping out there and you have found something online that you want to buy, but you know that store XYZ might have it, at least go see them. Show them the deal. You'd be surprised how many merchants will actually price match if the quality and the item is exactly the same. Now, sometimes what they're selling online and what the merchant is selling are two entirely different things, even though they look the same. But I just wanted to give you some shopping tips because it is all about supporting our local, it's about saving money at Christmas, but it's also about supporting our local community. And it's the whole community, whether it's the schools, whether it's the merchant, whether it's nonprofits, they all need our support. So please think about that. Please give our local merchants the opportunity to be successful. Black Friday is traditionally the day that after a whole year of not being in the black, they're in the red every month, and then Christmas comes, and on Black Friday, that's the day that traditionally, I'm not sure it's that way now, but traditionally they became into profit, and they have 28 days of profit going forward. Christmas will be here before you know it. I know a lot of people already have it wrapped up. I have not even started. I just love the hustle and bustle. So 864-332-9355. That's 864-332-9355. Let me know if you had a good Thanksgiving. Let me know if anything that I've said this morning makes sense. And let's talk about some of the upcoming events that we have going on right here in Greenwood. There is a lot going on. There's a lot of people struggling this time of year, too. I do want to do a big shout out. Tiffany Janae Carroll got out, was it on Thanksgiving Day or day before? She got out of prison. She was home with her family for Thanksgiving. I'm sure that for her, there was no better, and her family, there was no better Christmas gift than that. So I just did want to do a big shout out about that. I know John McCravey and a whole lot of other people worked very hard to get her out of prison. She got out on parole, and hopefully her life is going to be second chances are always so sweet, and I hope her life is sweet and that she gets to spend the time with her family as she so needs to do. All right, so we've got a lot of events going on. Let's see. This week, this Sunday is the end of November. That's right. December 1st is Monday. So, it's going to be like, wow, pow, pow, pow. So let's talk about a few of the things. One of the things I did want to talk about is we have the hanging of the greens. That is this coming Sunday at First Baptist, South Main Baptist Church. They will be having that, so that you might want to go to that. That's always a very inspirational time and really makes it very, very special. So how about that? Let's see if I can find my information about that for you. Thought I had it right here. I know it makes it tough because there's so much to do and there's only so many hours in the day. But I hope you will make time for some of the things that really make a difference to you. November 30th, 7 p.m., South Main Baptist doors open at 6:15. That is this Sunday. I did want to mention that because that is always a very beautiful event. Other things coming up for the holidays. We've got our Have a Heart for the toy drive going on. We are Be the Heart of the Holidays of ages 4 through 11. We've got that going on. And as you can see, here it is right here on the screen. Can you see it? Oh, right here. There you go. Can you see it? Yep. December 10th, we need to have everything in, and it is Be the Heart of the Holidays with toys. Now, this is for ages 4 through 11. It's sponsored by WCRS Radio, of course. We've got a box out here if you'd like to drop some of the toys off. Chick-fil-A is getting ready to amp up their production of getting toys in, and they'll have some cool deals that they'll be doing. Lee's Jewelers over there on the bypass next to the pantry. They'll have a box over there. Harley Funeral and Crematory, they don't have a box, but they are collecting and helping sponsor it. The Lakelands Marines are, of course, a big part of what we're doing. So they are part of it, as well as Dairy Queen is giving a mini blizzard. That's right, a mini blizzard. Chick-fil-A, like I said, is got their thing going on. Fat Daddy's over there is going to be doing a nice box. Last year, my goodness, they were over the top. They actually had some bikes that they had. And then we had Eggs Up Grill. Eggs Up Grill is joining us this year. They said if you donate a toy, they will give you 10% off your meal. So make sure you show them when you come in. Maybe you want to sit down at the table, show them you got your toy before you just put it in the box that's right there when you come in, so that you can get 10% off your meal. We sure appreciate Eggs Up Grill coming on board with us for this event. So any and all, we've got about 300, maybe 350 kids that would not have Christmas if it weren't for you. Now, what do you mean, Ann? There's all these kinds of organizations out there. Unfortunately, these are the children that kind of fall through the cracks because they actually are homeless, or what I would call, in my estimation, near homeless. They may be staying inside four walls, but it's not really their home. They may be couch surfing. They may be one night at a motel. They might be staying in their car one night. They could be staying at a family friend's house one night. But they don't have stable home environment. So we try to fill in the cracks there and make sure that these children have Christmas. It's so important to make sure that children have toys for Christmas. So if you can help us out with our toy drive, we would really, really, really appreciate it. We'll take toys anywhere from ages 4 to 11. I just found out somebody donated 4 bikes for this have Be the Heart of the Holidays toy drive. This is tremendous. You don't have to buy bikes, but any toy will do. Ages 4 through 11 is the group that we're concentrating on. The other thing I like about this is all done through the school counselors, who are making sure that they know which children in the schools are in jeopardy of not having anything for Christmas. So maybe you want to take a church group and go together and do it. Maybe you want to take a Girl Scout, Boy Scout, any of these type of groups get together. If you just like to make a monetary donation, you can make the check out to WCRS, and our elves will gladly do the shopping. So this is, to me, it is so great. It is so great. And I am so blessed to be able to help and put my talents to where I am best suited, doing toy drives. I'm pretty good at it. But it is such a blessing to be able to help in this way and make sure that we have children that have toys under the Christmas tree. So all you need to do is drop them off in any of the boxes that we talked about here this morning. Chick-fil-A, Lee's, Dairy Queen, Fat Daddy's, Eggs Up Grill, Polaris Gaming down there. They wanted to help, so they're part of our group too. So anybody, and if you would like to make a donation, please just let us know. If you want to drop off toys, any of those places can be dropped off. We also need to do a big thank you to the Lakelands Marines, because, without the Marines, we couldn't make this happen. We also, Toys for Tots is being, I'll use the word, ramped back up here in Greenwood. So you'll see some boxes around town with Toys for Tots. That's right. It is 10 o'clock. it is 10 o'clock. So you will see some boxes around town for Toys for Tots. They are going to be distributing toys right here in Greenwood. The toys that are collected will not be leaving town. They actually will be distributed right here in Greenwood. So that is a good thing. So if you can help out in any way there, please help out any way you can. So whether you give to our toy drive, I would really appreciate it because we've got 300 to 350 children to do. Another year, who knows how many that we'll be doing for. But this year we've got about 300 to 350 children. And we're doing Greenwood and Ware Shoals this year. So it's District 50 and District 51. Again, if you'd like to make a monetary contribution, that's great because I've already gone out and spent some money. I could use some reimbursement. Anyways, that's okay. I would love some help with that, and we've got more toys and whatnot to buy. So 864-332-9355. Call or text. Let me know you'd like to do this, and we would be more than happy to help you out and make sure that you are helping out those that are in need in our community. You know, there's nothing better than helping your own community become stronger. All right, so what else do we have here this morning? I saw this on my Facebook page. Well, actually, I posted it on my Facebook page for WCRS. Did you know? Men sleeping in their 4-penny coffin. It was a way in Victorian times to reduce the homeless problem. For 4 penny, a person received a pillow, a blanket, and a wooden coffin to rest in for the night. And there's a photo of these little coffins. They're little boxes. They're not really coffins. They don't have tops. But they're boxes, rectangular boxes, and people got to sleep in them, and they got a blanket and maybe a pillow, and they slept in a wooden coffin so they'd have a little bit of privacy. I don't know how you'd say you have a little bit of privacy when they were lined up one against the other. But what does that tell you? The point of this whole discussion is, what does that tell you? It tells you that we've been dealing with homelessness in our communities in this country for years. But this started in Victorian England. Large cities struggled with severe poverty and overcrowding, which pushed many people onto the streets. One response was the creation of low-cost night shelters, and among the most unusual were what they called 4-penny coffins. That was like the penny that we have, the 4-penny coffins. These were wooden boxes shaped like coffins where a person could lie down for the night. For 4 pennies, they received a space inside the box along with a simple covering like a blanket. The idea came from charitable groups that wanted to offer a cleaner and safer alternative to sleeping outdoors or in crowded workhouses. The coffin design allowed more people to fit into a small room while still giving each person a bit of privacy. Although the accommodations were extremely bare, they were considered a step up from the dangerous conditions many homeless people faced during that era. And here we are in the United States, still dealing with massive amount of homelessness. Now, not so much here in Greenwood, although most people don't realize we actually do have homeless people in Greenwood, and we have children which are homeless. And homelessness is not necessarily living on the street, but not having a stable place to live. Why, I have to say this, why is homelessness so important when we're talking about children? Well, number one, we don't want any of our children to be homeless. But number two, the biggest thing a child needs in their life growing up is safety. They need to feel safe. And when they are moving from one couch to another couch, to maybe sleeping in the car, to maybe staying in a motel, they are not feeling safe. And that is why what Pathway House does over there is so important. They empower people to get the tools to be able to keep a job, to be able to manage their money, to be able to have an apartment or a house. But they make it so they give them the tools to be able to make their own lives successful. So I wanted to do a shout out to Pathway House for all the good work they do day in and day out tirelessly. Most people don't realize that they have quite a staff on board over there that is very well trained in helping people learn to make their own decisions. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of our homeless population, they once had homes. They once were successful. But something in their life triggered them to go, I'll use the word, off the deep end. And because of that, they have maybe lost everything. So when we talk about homelessness, when we talk about children, that is why it's important to get people off the streets, to get people in stable environment, because for our children, that is priceless. And we want to break the cycle of this. So Dr. Parham's Legacy of Care is a tool to help other people, help the Pathway House continue what they are doing. So that is what is happening. Oops. Oh my goodness. Did the other, I don't know, I just saw something. Did the other National Guard person die? I don't know. Something flashed up on my screen. So if you are looking for a place to invest in, Pathway House is a great place to invest in. All right, so let's talk about some of the events out here that are going on. Coming up in just a few days, this weekend, it is Connie Mac's Christmas. That'll be going on the 4th through the 6th. That's right. That's a big, big event. You want to make sure you set aside some time to go and drive through and see all the things that are going on. They'll have hot chocolate. They'll have a nativity scene. They'll have singing. They'll have hay rides. Oh my gosh, they have so much. They'll have cops directing traffic. It's so big. It's huge. And it really is a big and beautiful event. So I wanted to make sure that's coming up this weekend. Coming up this weekend on Saturday, December 6th, is Santa Paws. That's out there at the Humane Society. They will be you can get pictures of your pets with Santa Claus, and he is a well-trained Santa. He knows how to make everything, make those pets smile and be happy with Santa, I guess. Anyways, that goes on between 10 and 1 on Saturday. There is a $25 sitting fee, includes one 4x6 print, and digital images will be emailed. So that's Saturday, December 6th, between 10 and 1. So that is coming up this Saturday. Also, today is, if you want to get your family outside, free admission November 28th to all South Carolina parks. Join us on Black Friday, November 28th to opt outside with free admission to South Carolina state parks. Yes, instead of spending the whole day inside, get outside and visit your parks. It is free admission to those parks that have a charge. Free ranger-led hikes at 5 parks, free stickers at 6 parks. You can check all that out at southcarolinaparks.com if you're looking for something to do. That is today. So that's something I wanted to share with you right there. Also, coming up Friday, December 5th at 6 p.m., it's the Festival of Lights over there at the town of 96 Town Park. Pastor Chuck Sprouse of 96 Baptist Church, 6 p.m. at the Nativity Lights. They'll have a announcement of business Christmas decorating contest at 6:15. They're having a cookie crawl. Line will be at the corner of the town park opposite the fire department. Please look for our table and line up down the walking trail. They've got all kinds of stuff going on over there for that. So that is this Friday starting at 6 p.m. So also, is it not this weekend, I think, is over there in Abbeville. They've got their big event. But this is something that may have slipped through everybody's radar. Looks the Women's Soccer Championship. Lander University is hosting the NCAA Southeast Region Championship, Lander versus Lenore Rhine, Sunday, November 30th at 3 p.m. at the Van Taylor Stadium. So, women's soccer team is set to host the 2025 NCAA Division II Southeast Regional Championship this Sunday, November 30th at the Van Taylor Stadium at the Jeff May Complex. Number 5 seed Lander, representing the Peach Belt Conference, is making its first appearance in this game in program history. They will face off number 6 seed Lenore Rhine of the South Atlantic Conference, and the kickoff time is 3 p.m. Tickets for the game are $6 for attendees. Children under the age of 6 shall be admitted free with a paying adult. It is highly encouraged that tickets are purchased in advance of the game, but tickets will be sold at the gate. No cash sales will be accepted. That's right, part of that cashless society. So, but still, this is a huge, huge honor for Lander. There could be some big TV names like maybe ESPN. I don't know whether they are or not. I'm just saying that this is huge. And sometimes when it's in your own backyard, you don't think it's that big a deal. It's a really big deal. So I hope that you will consider going to that Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. Cheer on the Lander girls soccer team. They are number 5 seed representing the Peach Belt Conference. Which brings me to the next topic. Okay, it's the Rumble down at Carolina. Yes, coming up this Saturday, Clemson travels to Carolina to see if Clemson or Carolina, who's going to be the biggie here? That's the question. Who is going to take home the trophy that has been going on for I don't know how long, but it's the big rivalry and it's here. Neither team has had a stellar season this year. We'll just go ahead and say it that way. But I'm sure they will all be on their pumped up behavior, and it's really going to come down to who wants it the most? Who wants it the most? But the pregame starts at 9 o'clock. I am planning to come on for at least an hour, maybe till around 11. I don't know. Could go a little bit longer. I've okayed it for the pregame to be on the radio with you this Saturday because I just thought it was that important. So I want to be on the radio with you Saturday morning. So please tune in. And then 12 o'clock is the kickoff. So we will be joining them before 12 so you can get your full meal deal of Clemson versus Carolina. And for those houses divided, I hope they don't fall. Anyways, I know it's always a fun time, and for those that are really into football, this is the culmination of it all. So make sure you are listening right here on WCRS. But I will be on from like 9:30, maybe till around 11 o'clock. We'll be playing some good music, talking about a lot of things coming up because I don't have time to do it all this morning. And we'll have a big list of all the events that you're going to want to make sure that you are part of. Okay, coming up this Saturday, they are having a big adoption event at PetSmart with the Humane Society. Saturday, 11/29, 12 to 3. Adult dogs and cats, only $25. Puppies and kittens, only $50. And when you donate, paper towels. So they desperately need paper towels. You know, if you want to send paper towels, drop them off out there at the Humane Society. If you don't need a pet but you want to help, you are of course welcome to help do that too. So drop off paper towels out there at the Humane Society, 2820 Airport Road, right here in Greenwood. So that's another good thing coming up. The parade is this Sunday. It just seems like we're rushing Christmas. I don't know about you, but it just seems like we are rushing Christmas. So the parade is this Sunday. This Sunday starts at 2 o'clock. They line up down there by South Main Baptist Church, come up the street, and end up, where are they ending up? I think it's just straight up South Main Street. Now, at 4 o'clock or whenever the parade is over, the veterans group over there, the Veterans Administration right there, their Hall of Heroes, they are going to have a Christmas event, a lighting of their Christmas tree. And what's neat about this, and many of you know about it, many of you may not know about it, for a donation of at least $5, they will name a light on that Christmas tree to remember those that are no longer with us. So this is, actually, I don't think it's for, I think they could still be with us. I don't think they necessarily have to be gone. But it is an opportunity to help the Veterans Administration over there keep a lot of projects going, like their food pantry to help homeless vets, like a lot of the programs that they do during the year. This is where they raise money for this. So a donation of at least $5 will allow you to have that name put on a scroll, and they read it at the event. So if you would like to do that, please don't hesitate to let them know that you would like to do it. Anytime this week would be great to do that. Let's see if I can get you that number. Let me see if I can get you the number for the veterans. I should have had it already pulled up. Yeah, we do have an ad running on that, but let's see. Here we go. Let me see if I can do this. Yes, I can. All right. It is, the number for the Veterans Center is 864-450-9268. That's 864-450-9268. You can call them. You can stop by and see them. But they would love to see you, and we'd love to have a huge list. But they'll also be having hot chocolate and treats and everything after the parade. It really is kind of a tradition. After the parade, you go to the Veterans Center, and right there at the museum, everybody gets together, and it's a lovely ceremony. So I hope you will join us. I think they may be doing something extra special, but I don't want to say it because I haven't been given the okay on it. But they may be doing something really extra special for this Christmas event at the Veterans Center right there in Uptown Greenwood. So just as soon as I get the word to release it, I'll release it. So that's another thing going on. Also, for those of you that might like to have high tea over there in Ware Shoals, they are having a high tea. Yes. Join us at Regal Hall for our Christmas high tea, a delightful holiday tradition. Enjoy festive tea, sweet and savory treats, and the warm spirit of the season. It's the perfect way to celebrate Christmas with friends and family. That is from 3 to 4:30 on Sunday, December 7th. So that is coming up this weekend too. So you can check that one out also. All these things, lots of craft shows out there, lots of activities at our churches and everything. But, and coming up this Saturday, tomorrow, I forgot about this one. Let me tell you about this one. They are having the holiday PJ party, Saturday, 11/29 at 10 a.m. They are doing this at the Greenwood Lux Premier Cinema 10. They will be having Saturday at 10 a.m. for a magical morning with the Polar Express on the big screen. Wear your comfiest pajamas and get ready for snowflakes, cocoa vibes, and pure holiday cheer. Tickets for the movie only, $2.50. $5 for movie plus breakfast, treat, and gift. So this is the perfect family tradition to kick off the season. Don't miss it. You can get your tickets I'm pretty sure you can get them at the Premier Cinemas over there. So this is pretty cool. Saturday, 11/29 at 10 a.m. Don't have to actually be out shopping. You can sit down and enjoy the Polar Express. So that's coming up on the 29th. Now, also coming up here, I've got a couple of great events over there at the, here we go, at the museum. So let me just tell you about those. This is the Polar Express, the movie, at the theaters. That is this Saturday at 10 a.m. For the movie only, $2.50 per ticket, $5 if you want movie, plus breakfast treat and a gift. So there you go. That's at the theaters. But wait, there's more. They are going to be doing the North Pole Express down there at the Railroad Museum. That'll be Saturday, December 13th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Railroad Historic Center, 908 South Main Street. Tickets are $30, advance sales only. Call the museum. I'm not sure they're open today. They may be open tomorrow. I'm just not sure. But you can call and leave a message regardless. 864-229-7093. That's 864-229-7093. This is a real production that they do over there. It says the bell still rings for those who truly believe. Experience the magic of the North Pole Express with the adventure to the Railroad Historic Center. All will experience the beloved story of the Polar Express with a show by the Greenwood High School theater students. You will make a keepsake ornament and enjoy yummy North Pole snacks in the dining car with Santa's elves from Susie's Academy of Dance while they entertain you. All will delight in the wonderland of Greenwood's North Pole Express and the Polar Express. It really is. They decorate the train down there beautifully. And so that'll be going on 6 to 8 next 2 weeks out, Saturday, December 13th. Then the following Saturday, it is Christmas at the Train. That, of course, is just a fun and enjoyable time at the Railroad Historic Center. $5 per person, $25 max for the whole family. You'll see the lights and decorations. You can ring the engine bell. They've got reindeer games. Enjoy hot cocoa and cookies. Special visitors via Greenwood High School theater students. So those are two great events down there at the Railroad Historic Site, and it is a beautiful, beautiful place. So see about getting your tickets for the North Pole Express on December 13th, and then December 20th, Christmas at the Train. But wait, there's more. The Pajama Party with Santa. $5 per person, advance tickets only at the museum. That is Friday, December 5th. So that is coming up a week from this Friday. 5:30 to 6:30 or 7 to 8. They're going to be having a good time. You can come in your Christmas PJs, and they have a good time with Santa. I think they got some crafts. They got a little hot cocoa. They got all that going on. So that is at the museum. You do need to call and get your tickets for that. 864-229-7093. 864-229-7093. And that is $5 per person, advance tickets only. That is a week from today. And if that's not enough for what the museum has going, I am all excited about this. In fact, I'm going to be one of the judges. I'm so excited. I have to get my proper costume. The Festive Gingerbread House Competition. We are going to have everything from junior bakers to professionals in this. Junior bakers and youth bakers, it is free for you to participate. Groups, that's individuals, non-professionals, local nonprofits, clubs, service organizations, cost only $10 entry fee. Professionals is $20. And you have to have your gingerbread house ready to bring in to the museum. December 10th through the 12th from 2 to 5. Drop it off at the museum. Wednesday through Friday, December 17th through the 19th. So 1 week you drop it off. That is not next week, the week after. Plenty of time to make it. I got to sign up for it. And then Wednesday through Friday, December 17th through the 19th, 2 to 5, public voting. You get 1 vote per day, but you can go by each day and vote. And then on Saturday, December 20th at 12 noon, the winners will be announced. And I think we're going to be live down there doing that. So I am thrilled to be part of this. So that's the Festive Gingerbread House Competition. Oh, so much good stuff. I think, did I have something else here? Or those have already happened. I had to get more of my list together. If you've got an event that you'd like me to mention right here on the radio, 864-332-9355. Send me the details. Send me all the information so that I can put it out there for you. With that being said, has anybody else got anything else to say here this morning? Here we go. Anybody else got anything for me here this morning? 864-332-9355. And of course, we've got the legacy line, 864-229-7984. That is our legacy line. Susan wants to know, did Penny watch the dog show? No, she didn't. I should have put that on with her while I was gone, but I did not do that. I'm sorry, Susan. She did not watch it. We'll try to go back and rewatch it, and I'll see if she agrees. I don't even know who won the dog show. I got to go back and watch that. I always like watching that, but this year I just didn't have the opportunity. And then, Stephanie, when I was talking about children in our toy drive, over 350 children between District 50 and District 51 that are in danger of having no Christmas at all through no fault of their own. But when you're homeless and you don't have a stable address, this becomes difficult for them to fit into any of the programs. So that's where WCRS and all of you come in to help make sure that we get Christmas for the children that are in this situation. And we were talking about these children are identified by the counselors in the schools. So the schools know which students, and that's why I like doing this, because we know that our hard efforts of collecting toys, of you helping us with toys, is going to a worthwhile cause. We know that these are children that, due to no fault of their own, may not have Christmas. So that's why I like doing this toy drive. And we were talking about the children that are in that situation. And Stephanie said that children need stability, a bedtime, mealtime. They can't have that if they're living from pillar to post. And that is so true. That is why they say that safety is one of the most important things that children have growing up. They've got to have a stable place that they know this is their room, this is their home. Even if they're sharing a room, that doesn't matter. But they know that every night when they come home, they will be sleeping in their bed. And I can only imagine not knowing where you're going to sleep, being thankful that you're with your mom or your dad or your sisters and your brothers, but you all are huddled up somewhere, wondering where you will be tomorrow. And that is why the WCRS, Be the Heart of the Holidays, for me is so important, and why I ask for your support to help us get toys, and more toys for all that you can supply for ages 4 through 11. And it's District 50, children in District 50. It's children in District 51. And so we need those toys in by December 10th. There are boxes dropped off, and a lot of the different businesses are going to be doing something special. For example, thank you, Eggs Up Grill, for joining us this year. They said they would give 10% off when a toy is brought in for their box. So take that toy. I'd probably sit down, make sure they know that I have a toy, and then get 10% off your meal. That is tremendous, for Eggs Up Grill is doing that. So they, of course, are in Hampton Plaza. Fat Daddy's down there is got a great box down there too. They're always doing something down there, and really came on really strong last year with a couple of small bikes. That was unbelievable. And of course now everybody wants a bike. So we are looking into getting more bikes. I did just hear that we've got 4 bikes that somebody is donating to help us with this with the children. So Chick-fil-A, of course, will be doing all kinds of specials to get you to make sure that they're number one, because they like to win, win, win. Chick-fil-A always comes on big with helping us out with this toy drive, and we sure thank them so much. Lee's Jewelers up there on the bypass. You can't do any better if you're looking for jewelry or looking for something to be repaired. Go by Lee's Jewelers. They've got a professional in there, Frank, who's been doing it since he was like 10 or 12 years old. He looks at everything he does. If you're talking about a repair, he'll make sure it's in excellent, excellent shape. They also have super deals and quite an eclectic collection of jewelry for your perusal. They also have coins, which a lot of people like to give coins at Christmas time. Harley Funeral and Crematory, while they will not have a box out there, they are helping sponsor this great event with us, and we sure appreciate that. Polaris Gaming over there on the south side of town will be collecting toys there. They love helping out on this project too. We also have Dairy Queen. They're giving a mini blizzard when you bring a toy in. So if you need a little extra treat, take a toy and go get a free mini blizzard from Dairy Queen. And let's see, did I catch everybody? I am not sure. We had Chick-fil-A, Lee's Jewelers, Harley Funeral and Crematory. And we got to say a big shout out to the Lakelands Marines. Lakelands Marines have been supporting us in our project. We came together on this to make it even better for all, and they provide a lot of the muscle that I sure can use, along with my trusty elf that helps me out, Diane, who will be working very hard to make sure that we get this done. Post office is also collecting toys over there, although that's not out in front. That is something that they will be collecting toys. So anybody that would like to contribute to our toy drive, you can drop off toys right here at WCRS or at any of the places we talked about. You can also make a monetary donation. Just call and tell me you'd like to do that, 864-332-9355. You can call or text on that line, and I will get back to you. We've already got some church groups that are coming together to make sure that we have enough toys for all the girls and boys that are in a homeless, partial homeless situation. Many thanks to all of you who have contributed in the past. Many thanks to all of you that will contribute this year. Thank you so much for being part of the WCRS Be the Heart of the Holidays by delivering toys or monetary donations to us right here at WCRS. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is going to do it for me today. We're going to go spend some time outside and be a little chilly. Just for the record, if you've got any events you're doing outside, I just want you to know it's kind of chilly out there. Let's see what the temperature is right now. Temperature has warmed up tremendously since 28 degrees when I got up this morning. It is now up to 41 degrees, feels like 37. We are looking for a high today of 50 and a low of 27. Don't forget, if you have pets that are outside, make sure they have a place to get out of the cold, because the wind or the cold can be bone chilling. Also, don't forget, when it's cold like this, if you put water in a bowl and it's going to freeze, they're not going to have any water. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. That's another thing. Also, for your houses, make sure you have any outdoor piping covered so that it's not exposed. If you have on a sink that is on an outside wall that doesn't really have very good insulation around it. Make sure, this is an old tip, but a good tip, leave the water just barely dripping, just a little bit. It'll make a big difference in your pipes not freezing. So running water does not freeze. So let's see what Saturday, the big game is Saturday. High of 50, low of 36. We are looking at partly sunny skies. Let's see. Some clouds in the morning will give way to mainly sunny skies in the afternoon. Sunday is again a high of 50, a low of 37. Looks like we may have some rain coming in. Cloudy with occasional showers for the afternoon. That is on Sunday. High around 50 degrees. Winds light and variable. Chance of rain 50%. And Monday, high of 51, low of 35. Looks like pretty much this coming week we're going to be in that mid to lower 50s, and at night in the low to mid 30s during the week. So that's what we're looking at. So it's going to stick around with us. Hey, I'm Ann Eller. It's a great honor for me to be right here with you on WCRS. Thanks for tuning in today. I sure hope that you have a great day, and that you are out there making sure that life is bright and sparkly for all that you can do. So if that's what you are doing, thank you very much for being with us here today. We are going to be honored. No. For me to be, yep. Okay, that's going to do it for me. This is WCRS right now. We are going to What be... am I doing here, Ann? Me to be, yep. Okay, all right, let's get rid of that. I'm running two versions of myself here this morning. All right, that's, let's see. Did I just see something else? All kinds of events going on uptown all the way around, so get out there and enjoy life. That is going to do it for me. This is WCRS Radio. We are going to drop the curtain, and we are going to cue the music. That's right, and we are going to say, have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye, Penny.